नमस्कार. डिबेटच्या आयच्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आयचो विशय जो सगळ्यांक सतायता असो विशय तो म्हळ्यार कोण गोंयकार आनी कोण पुर्तुगेज. सगळे कुफुसांव चल्लां, कायद्याचे कुफुसांव चल्लां. कांय जाण पुर्तुगेज गोंयकारा वटेच्यान आसात, कांय जाण गोंयकार पुर्तुगेजा वटेच्यान आसा आनी कांय जाण फक्त गोंयकारा वटेच्यान आसात. सो म्हाका दिसता की अख्ख्या गोंयकारांक हो विशय सारको विस्कटावन कळचो, कायदेशीर बाजू कितें ती कळची आनी नेमकें हें सगळें प्रकरण आतां खंय वता हाजेर मातशी खोलायेन भासाभास जावची म्हणून 3 मानेस्त आसा म्हजे बरोबर. पयले जे पुर्तुगेज गोंयकाराक सामके मना पासून आनी खरपणान विरोध करतात ते एडवोकेट राधाराव ग्रासियस आमचे आसा. स्वागत तुमचें. दुसरे आसात म्हजे बरोबर कायद्याचे तज्ञ आनी कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल एक्सपर्ट क्लियोफास वाल्मी सर. स्वागत तुमचें. आनी तिसरे आसात म्हजे बरोबर भाजपाचे जांकां सद्याक तरी पुर्तुगेज गोंयकार आमदार चलतात अशें तांकां दिसता ते दोतोर विल्फ्रेड मिस्की सर. स्वागत तुमचें. तुमचे कडच्यान सुरवात करता. कितें प्रकरण आनी तुका अशी राग कितें ह्या मनशांचो?
No, absolutely. I have no hostility towards anyone. I am only concerned with this matter as a lawyer in my professional capacity. See, I was approached by John Fernandez and by Melvin Fernandez also that for my opinion on this issue. And before this, I had a general impression the same as Dr. Willy Miskita has, that if you register your name in Portugal, you don't get Portuguese citizenship. That was because I had not studied. So once the matter came up to me, I had no choice but to go through all the relevant books. And after having studied the subject, I am convinced that the moment you register your birth in Portugal, you attain Portuguese nationality. And if then under Article 9 of our Constitution, if you acquire the citizenship of any other country, you automatically lose our citizenship. Now, this was a proposition which we put up before the prescribed authority of the Government of India, as prescribed under Section 9(2) of the Citizenship Act.
Yeah.
And our contention has been upheld. Now, personally, see, we have a hierarchical judicial system here. Now, once the competent authority has decided, it has already been challenged by Kaitan Seob, the MLA from Benauling, before the High Court. So the High Court and maybe later the Supreme Court will take a decision, and that call I think would finally decide the issue. Whether.
But you believe that registering birth makes that person national of that country?
I am very clear on.
You are very clear.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. दोतोर कितें दिसता ते म्हणटात की तुम्ही सध्या 2 पुर्तुगेज आमदार घेवन सरकार चलयतात आनी सदांच तुम्ही राष्ट्रवाद नॅशनॅलिटी म्हणटाले. आज नॅशनॅलिटीचेच कुफुसांव जावन पडला.
हांव सुरवात करता आसतना ताजेच उतरांक येता. ही सेज दॅट registering birth is acquiring Portuguese nationality. I have not said it.
Yes, सामकें.
Now, the question comes, there is a vast difference between nationality and citizenship. This is not because I am saying it. This is laid down in our country by even judgments. That nationality and citizenship are two different things. Citizenship entitles you full rights of a citizen, especially political rights. Nationality doesn't entitle you, although you may be a domicile. Now, what has happened in this case, it is our stand, which we took consistent stand, my personal and of my party, that all those who are born before 1961, whether you like it or not, they are Portuguese nationals. Now, what the government of Portugal has been doing consistently, and they have been doing it consistently, and government of India has been accepting consistently. And I will tell you why government of India is accepting consistently. Because when you are doing the documents to in fact, I do not subscribe to the word registration. I call it transcription, because transcription, as he himself as a lawyer, he must know, if any dictionary says copying. So why I say government of India has been consistently accepting it, for 2 reasons. Number one, this documentation which is being done right under the nose and with the consent of all the authorities. In fact, because when you apply, you have to say that you need this document for the purpose of applying for the Portuguese nationality. Number 2, this has been going on even before 1975, when the treaty was signed between India and Portugal. Now, in that treaty, where the sovereignty of India was accepted over Goa, Daman and Diu, it is very interesting that the government of India, I don't know whether it's deliberate or what, but they chose to neglect this aspect of allowing Goans to transcribe this nationality. If government of India had insisted upon government of Portugal,
This wouldn't have happened.
this would not have happened.
Okay.
No, not over. 1 minute. Now, if unless and until we distinguish between nationality and citizenship, we cannot tread into this path, saying that 9 is applicable, because 9 is entirely for the loss of citizenship. Because you are national, and national, how you become a national? You are just copying, transcribing a document, which is an old document, and not even a new, an old document.
ओके क्लियफात बाब सामके कुफुसांव म्हाका दिसता सुरू जाला सारकें परफेक्ट नॅशनॅलिटी सिटीजनशीप म्हळ्यार राष्ट्रीयत्व आनी नागरिकत्व ह्यो दोन गजाली वेगवेगळ्यो आसात आनी भाजपाचें प्रामाणीक मत आसा की नॅशनल जालो म्हणून तो सिटीजन जायना तुमकां कितें दिसता
See, under our constitution, the distinction of nationality and citizenship is not there. We accept one citizenship. Secondly, the issue which doctor is raising about transcription, and doctor has referred to the 1975 convention. See, the law in Portugal right now is a 2006 law, which speaks of registering your birth in Portugal, giving you Portuguese nationality. Now, that is as per the Portuguese law. You get that citizenship. Portuguese citizenship by registration.
So
by
it is
their
not
law.
nationality, it is citizenship.
Citizenship by their
law.
by their law.
Okay.
By our law, the moment you get citizenship of another country, you lose citizenship of this
You
country.
cease to be an Indian citizen.
Yes. Now the question is whether our citizenship should be decided by their law. Is one question, so it's a serious question to be decided. Means whether we should lose our Indian citizenship by a law of Portugal.
Because they are allowing you citizenship.
Yes.
Because they are
Yes,
allowing,
correct.
should
Because
you lose yours?
Should you lose yours? This is a serious legal issue. And the only authority to decide this is the prescribed authority. Now in this particular case, rightly, wrongly, the prescribed authority has so held. So I would say that decision is final till it is set aside.
So you are saying Kaitu is bound to be disqualified with the
No,
present scenario?
no. With the present scenario,
Yeah.
if the decision of the prescribed authority stands, then he is certainly out. And if he is a Portuguese citizen MLA of Goa is a disgraceful headline.
And on a BJP ticket, is still worse, man.
I accept the contention that to be a Portuguese and to be a MLA, it's absolutely not tenable. I am not on that, and I want to make a small correction, as Advocate Kilofat said. I will give him after. I don't have it in my car.
Okay.
The judgment of the Supreme Court. They may not have law, but Supreme Court also lays down the law, clearly distinguishing between nationality and citizenship. I will give it in my car.
See what happens, as far as the Portuguese citizenship or nationality, whatever you call it, concerned, you see, under the Portuguese law, they have made an exception for those Goans who were born prior to 19th December 1961.
And 2 generations.
Followed. Now, this is the exception. Now, if you were born after 1961, December 19, you cannot register or transcribe, whatever you may call it, your birth in Portugal.
Which is in case of Kaitu.
No, who said? For they have given to
No.
before 61 plus 2 generations.
No, but the point is not that. The point is, after 2006, you make a conscious attempt
Exactly.
To register,
register there.
Yes.
And then their law applies.
दोतोर म्हजो प्रश्न हो तुमच्या आमदारांक अशी कसली गरज आसा की वचून थंय रजिस्टर करून घेवपाची तो पयलो प्रश्न न्ही घेतगीर तागेलें कितें जाता हो दुसरो प्रश्न कित्याक करपा जाय
Question about him.
हय
First of all, he was not Amdar when he did it. Number one, he could not dream that he would become Amdar. So people in Goa are using this facility. Sometimes even elderly people of 70 years are doing it, not because they want to go, but because their children demand. They say it is a amchi potachi. Today, I will tell you. Before that, let me go to this. Why this is not citizenship? Why? let us take example of Goa. If you want Schengen visa, if you want to go to Portugal, you require Schengen visa. By mere transcription of name, they charge you for your visa. If you are a Portuguese, why they charge you? But if you got an identity card, they do not charge you. They recognize you as Portuguese.
Yeah, now he's hit a nail on the head.
No. I'm coming back.
See, Pramod, another thing I'm
Exactly.
telling you,
I'm coming
as
back.
doctor was telling, he has almost admitted that
Yeah,
he went and registered there.
Registered in-
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
See, just
No.
I can understand if he takes a stand that he did not register.
that I
That's
can
a
take.
different matter.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
No, that I cannot take because I have not taken from beginning. That I cannot say that he has not registered because I don't know what he has done. I am talking about registration in general. See, I am fighting this case through Kaitu for the people.
दादा ज्यांतो आयडेंटिटी कार्ड
Listen to me.
Right.
Now, therefore I said, in Portugal there are two things. Your nacionalidade, birth registration for your nationality, and cartão de cidadão. Now, cartão de cidadão is identity card. They recognize that you are a Portuguese only when you have identity card.
See, Pramod, what
So
happens?
it is like Aadhaar card. It is like the Aadhaar card.
No, we don't have any.
What
like
about
that.
passport?
I
What
think-
about
wait, I will
passport?
tell you, I'll tell you.
Passport that I do not have passport. You know,
I
do you
will-
know
I
that
will-
I do not have a passport.
See, I will
Now,
speak
do
on
I
this.
cease to be Indian citizen? I do
But
not have.
what
No,
about
no,
those
see,
who are having Portuguese passports?
Pramod,
That is
Pramod.
the next step. See, you apply for a Portuguese passport. The next step, you ask for a travel document from that country.
So
See-
that's citizenship.
No,
No,
that's
let
a
me
travel document.
clarify.
Okay,
See, what happens? See, for me to get an Indian passport, I have to be an Indian citizen first.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Now, how do I show my Indian citizenship? How do you get your passport? You produce your birth certificate.
Correct.
Now, that is proof that you are an Indian citizen.
Correct.
So, therefore, I get a passport because I am an Indian citizen. I am not an Indian citizen because I have an Indian passport.
correct.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, the same thing holds for Portugal. If I go to Portugal tomorrow and ask for a Portuguese billet, they will not give me.
Absolutely.
They'll say, how do you prove you are Portuguese?
Correct.
And then I say, my certificate is transcribed or registered in Central Registry of Births in Lisbon. I produce that certificate, then they give me a billet or give me a passport if I apply for, in recognition of the fact that I am a Portuguese citizen. If I don't have that registration, I don't get it.
So having a passport is a testimony of the fact that you are a citizen.
Exactly. Otherwise, you don't get your passport.
Otherwise, you don't get your passport.
Yes.
You don't get a passport if you don't have your identity card in Portugal.
Okay, so those who are having a passport, those Goans who are possessing Portuguese passports are citizens.
My point
Certainly,
is,
certainly,
Are citizens.
certainly.
my
No,
let it be clear to all the
my
people.
point- my point is,
No, I don't think there's a doubt on that.
Yes.
No, my
There's no
point
doubt.
is, if Portuguese government recognizes these people as Portuguese, why are they charging for visa?
See, that is not an issue.
that's
a different
That is
issue.
why they are charging a different matter.
No. That means they don't recognize you as Portuguese.
No, now let us look at it this way. In
No.
Kaitu's case, we filed a petition before the prescribed authority. Now the prescribed authority through the Indian embassy wrote to the Portuguese government, look here, Caetan Rosati Silva, please inform us whether he is a Portuguese citizen. Now they have sent a written communication
That he is a Portuguese
that he is
citizen.
a Portuguese citizen from the year 2009 until now. The Portuguese government communicates to the government of India through official channels that he is a Portuguese national, that his birth has been registered on a particular date. Now, if you look at the Portuguese Central Registry of Births, you see there is a column there where if suppose tomorrow you go to Portugal and you get a child there, in the annotation column, there will be annotation saying that you are an Indian national. Whereas for Portuguese citizens, there is no such annotation. So in the registry of births, all births in Portugal are registered with the exception that foreigners, they are marked as foreigners. Now,
they are clearly distinguished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when a Goan goes and registers his birth there, it comes in the registry of births without any annotation. So for Portuguese, it is an indication that he is a Portuguese national. And based on this, they have informed the government of India that he is a Portuguese citizen. What else is left now?
I am telling you, he says they have been informed. But let me tell you, principle of natural justice demanded.
This-
Wait.
Absolutely.
Wait.
No, these are
Now you're mixing political
No.
issue. Now you're bringing political issue.
It demanded, if he says, what he says is correct, that the Portuguese government informed the embassy. When you are filing a case, they should have informed the other party, Baba, here is the letter that you are a Portuguese national.